Sibusiso, thank you so much for joining us. A 79% pass rate, very good compared to other provinces, but important for you to point out that that's a 4.2% increase on last year's results. Your department must be feeling very good about the year that's passed.
Thank you very much, Mansell. Good morning to you and your viewers. I think it's very important that as a province we celebrate the 4.2% increase because of the efforts of our educators, our learners and parents, because this belongs to them, because we work together to ensure that we improve the results to the point where we are today. How are we going to sustain it? The systems that we have implemented in 2018, convening everybody, the communities, the stakeholders, the pastors, NGOs, to say to them, the education is not our business, but it's the business of the society. So therefore, let's hold hands together and ensure that our schools improved. In fact, we're saying at a circuit level, they should meet. We have a committee called QLTC, where they meet and view their results. We're saying that should continue. Quarterly, you view your results and say, where are our weaknesses? How then to move forward? Because that assists the schools to see that what is going to happen at the end of the year. You can't only realize that on the trial examinations, but you must build a strong foundation that in the first quarter, QLTC meets. We look at the performance of our learners, not only the grade 12, but you trace it back and say, here we are now, what is it that we need to do? And we're certain when we do that, it can give us better results.
So your department has very much taken the approach of that famous saying, it takes a village to raise a child, and indeed in your case, educate a child. I'm going to be speaking to somebody after our conversation about the need for critical thinking and not just focusing on the results, but also how children are taking information, how they are applying it to day life. Is there belief by this community that a child that is educated better will become a better contributor to society once they've left school as well?
It is true, Ansel. I think what we've been missing over years, we've put more emphasis on grade 12 results and ignore the other grades. Now the approach is that let's assess all grades and look at their performance. I was saying earlier on that when you look at what the NDP says to us, that by 2030 we must produce learners who pass maths at 50% and languages. Now, where are those learners today? The learners today are in grade 2. How are we going to ensure that we build foundation at that level, that by 2030 we reach that outcome? So it means, therefore, society must then come, we hold hands together, they understand that it's not only about the results, but it's a quality of results, but also our learners should be able to read and write. What is the role of the parents? Because at some point we think that it's only for us in the sector, but parents can play a mammoth task and they have a serious role to play.
How have you approached that part in involving the parents specifically? Because we know in South Africa we're dealing with a generation of parents who haven't had the education that they rightly deserved in the past. How have you dealt with involving them in their children's education when many of those children will end up being more educated than their parents eventually?
Well, what we've done, we've encouraged involvement, parents' involvement through our school governing bodies. Just yesterday, we're launching a program called Ranja Shikolo Sawen, Love Your School. In that project was saying all parents should come to the school first and clean the school and ensure that the school is clean properly before the school reopens. Fix furnitures, fix broken windows, but you don't end there. Then you must then take time and you want to analyze the results, how our kids are performing. You don't wait until a kid is coming back with a report card that says you have not done well. But as early as the first quarter, when we close, you go back to a school and say, no, let's sit down, let's analyze our results, how our learners are performing. Is the school environment clean? Is it ready to accept our learners? That's the spirit that we are promoting as a province, because we want parents to be involved day to day on the activities of our schools.
And what kind of buy-in have you had from the teachers, the people who are the boots on the ground every day in the schools?
It's quite impressive. Because we would have not reached even the 79% if the teachers were not walking the journey with us. Because you will recall that during winter holidays, teachers don't have holidays, particularly those who are teaching grade 12s. During summer holidays, they don't have that. but the efforts that they put, even parents are motivated, because at some point, some teachers will go an extra mile and give a parent a call that we have extra classes, I don't see your child here. What is happening?
Wow.
That's a spirit that we're promoting as a province.
Just going forward, we need to end our conversation now, unfortunately. Going forward this year, what will be the main challenges that you learned about last year that you'd be looking to insist that it doesn't happen this year going forward?
I think the main challenge is that we need commitment from the learners, because as a sector, we've worked so hard to have our educators be energetic, they are ready to teach, but we're saying, learners, let them come to the party. And we want to encourage our parents to work with us, that when there are classes, extra classes, push your parents to be there. And I'm certain that when that happens, come 2020, when results are announced, we'll be amongst the top 3 in the country.
Well, we thank you for your time, and good luck to you and your team for your impressive work forward, and indeed those communities you're working so closely with it.
Thank you very much.